welcome to the very first recap of Amazing Race Season 22. Oh my god, all of these reality shows are getting up into the 20th and up season, so it's kind of crazy to think that I've been following it this long and I've seen like every season. What a waste of time. Just kidding, I really love it. Alright, so this season begins at the Griffith Observatory. There's 11 teams. Oh wow, when they were introducing the teams, immediately my favorites were the father and son team. I cried my eyes out when he was telling the story of when his son was diagnosed with cancer. So sad. But they've got great attitudes. You know, a lot of the teams this season, I like a lot of them. There's not too many that I don't like. There's one in particular, the Newlywed team. They're a bunch of fake, nasty bitches. So just thought I'd put that out there. They are my least favorite. Most favorite father-son, least favorite Newlyweds. Hate them. I hate them. Alright, maybe I don't hate them, but I really don't like them. This time, there's going to be a little twist this season. The first leg winners, remember last season they would have gotten double the money if they had come in, you know, if they had actually won the whole thing. The first leg winners get 2 express passes. One to keep and one to give away. And they have until the 4th leg to give it away. Alright, so kids, get to your Ford Fusions and go to LAX. Maybe Miley Cyrus will be there and maybe she won't. Right away, the hockey dudes were totally crushing on the country sangers. The country sangers are willing to whore themselves out, I think, at least be a little flirty. So, 2 flights to Tahiti. When the first flight gets there, they kind of make this alliance/pact that whoever comes in first is going to give the second express pass to the team that comes in second if they're in the alliance. If they're not in the alliance, I guess it will go to like the next one that's in the alliance. So they take a water taxi to Bora Bora, or they just go there. I don't remember. There was a whole lot of water taxis and water events going on here. I don't know. I'm not sure. Roadblock. You got to skydive from a helicopter. One of you does anyway. And there were 2 different teams in each helicopter because they did 2 at a time. You had to sign up for it. There was a little bit of drama though, because when the second plane arrived and they got to the roadblock, one of the moms skipped a line, which gave the newlywed guy with the freaking nastiest fake tan ever. Oh, you're not fooling anybody with that. He was able to jump ahead because they noticed that there was a space there. It was kind of a bitch move. It was totally legal, but it was kind of a bitch move, so that was another reason why I really didn't like them. They just seemed so sneaky snake. You know, they're a snake waiting in the grass, and I really don't like that. It's just creepy. So after they did the skydive jump, which by the way was 10,000 feet up, that's almost 2 miles. That's why I wouldn't go on the Amazing Race. I could not do the skydiving part, and neither could Maddie, so it would never happen for us. We'd have to take a penalty. They had to take a water taxi to Eden Beach, where there was a second roadblock. There was no detour this leg of the race, just 2 roadblocks. So the roadblock was on the beach with 400 sandcastles and 11 clues, I suppose, buried underneath some of them. But instead of just knocking down the sandcastles looking for the clue, every sandcastle that you knocked down, you actually had to rebuild, which really sucked because it was like 1,000,000 degrees there. And it was a real touchy thing to rebuild those sandcastles because they had to be perfect, number 1. And number 2, it was hard to do because the sand had to be just right. It couldn't be too wet or too dry, otherwise it wouldn't build it right. So Chuck, the shift manager at Walmart, aka the taxidermist guy, he feels that he can communicate with all types because of his job at Walmart. We was having a lot of trouble communicating with the lady to try and find the clue, but they did okay. The last 3 teams that were at that challenge, though, were the Newlyweds, the Firefighters, and the Singers. Or the Sangers. I gotta put my country twang in there. They made a pact. They had had enough of being out in the sun for so long. It just wasn't happening. So I think they made an actual good decision by saying, you know what, let's take the 4-hour penalty and let's call it quits here, and then it's every man for themselves at the canoe race. So the firefighters thought they had it in the bag because they're really good with mechanical stuff. In fact, they did get their canoe together. You had to put an outrigger on the canoe for the next part and paddle to the pit stop. They did get their outrigger on first. So it seemed like it was going to be a good decision. But let's talk about who came in when. Now, Jessica and John, the dating couple, they came in first. And they got the 2 express passes. Now, Bates and Anthony, however, they were the they were the hockey players, the hockey bros. They came in second, but they weren't on the first flight, so they are not technically in the alliance. Dave and Connor, however, came in third, and they were in the first flight, so they were in the alliance. They were the father-son. So it's going to be interesting to see next week if they get the express pass. It kind of doesn't look like it. Pam and Winnie, the besties, they came in 4th. Mona and Beth, the roller derby moms, they came in 5th. Cheaters never prosper, Newlyweds, because they were the one who missed out on the line in the flight thing. So now they didn't finish in last place. Joey and Megan, the YouTubers, came in 6th. Chuck and Winona, why, they came in 7th. They were mullet and wife. The I can't say his name. Every season there's a name that I'm just like, I got a mental block against. Idris and Jamil, the twins, OBGYNs, they came in 8th. 9th was Max and Katie. Newlyweds. Sorry, I really don't like them. Carolyn and Jennifer, the singers or sangers, came in 10th, which means Matt and Daniel, the firefighters, came in last. They had a good plan about the canoe, but they overlooked the fact that they sucked at paddling it, because every time they took a few paddles, they wiped out, because you really have to have good balance in those outriggers. Sorry guys, you were eliminated. So next week, like I said, will Jessica and John honor the first flight alliance? It doesn't look like it. And it kind of looks like it might not matter anyway, because the dad from the father-son team, he might have ruptured his Achilles. Uh-oh, hot dog. We'll have to wait till find out till next week. Till then, much love.